Good morning, everybody. Well, it's Carpo here doing a quick video out in the beautiful sunshine. And I guess I really just wanted to say hi and express an idea that I had in my mind, which was about that I like to eat my reality sandwich, but I also like my my fantasy trimmings. In other words, I like to take things as they are and be as logical, reasonable, and rational about everything as I can, possibly. I mean, it's become one of my, I don't know, the hallmarks of my existence, I guess. And sometimes it costs me, in the sense that, you know, people ask me if I believe in a certain particular thing, and I say, I'm just not sure, or maybe, or it's possible, but it becomes very difficult to have a completely logical discussion with someone if you have any degree of fantasy or what-ifs within you. Kind of like when I was talking with the logic-only zone, and we were on that, we had this little, he has the Google Plus chats, and I got on there and I felt like I was the weird guy, you know, because I'm the guy who has these ideas that are outside of the boundaries of reality, but not so far to the extent where I'm deluding myself, I guess. It's hard to express, but I feel like we have to let some of the reality go in order to really grasp better what it means to be alive. But at the same time, we can't ignore reality and just live in a fantasy. It's like, when I say fantasy, I don't mean just making things up out of thin air. I mean having something bigger to look at, a bigger picture. It's very difficult for me to see the world as just existing without having a mind or a rhyme or reason behind the universe. Yet at the same time, I mean, I hear people argue that the universe was created, and others say they just came into being by chance. Are either one of those exclusively less likely? I mean, when you look at the statistics, you're looking at quadrillions to one that the universe would exist in the first place. So we just set aside all that and just say, okay, it's a pretty, to be honest, I can't see how a person could estimate the chances of life happening by accident, only because we're going by the universe that we see and the conditions that we see. And if there were no conditions before the universe, then it's difficult to really say, you know, what the chances are of something happening if we don't know how it happened. But I guess I'm expounding on that point to drive home the idea that we argue about the details and nitpick it, like, you know, but this is what it says in this book, or this is what I feel in my heart, or no, this is what science says, and really what it comes down to is what's helping the individual to move forward in their life. And sometimes I like my reality sandwich raw, and sometimes I like just a fantasy sandwich. In other words, I go back and forth between states of awe and wonder and states of, you know, rational skepticism. And people might notice that pattern in me if they've been watching my videos for a while. You know, one day I'm all about the meditation, and you know, then the next day I'm all about the reality of, you know, here we are as humans, and just many different degrees and I guess you might say cycles that we all go through. And I don't know if everybody goes through those cycles, because I think a lot of people, as far as like beliefs and ideas, I mean, some people are just Christians, they've always been Christians, and they always will be. Some people are atheists, they've always have been and always will be, and don't really change their paradigms or beliefs. But whenever something new comes into the fold, I have to adjust and accommodate that into my paradigm. And often those things don't really have any explanation or grounded in reality, such as, you know, just the little things. You know, things like reincarnation, let's say. People argue whether or not it's true. We can't know how it happens, or maybe not the details of it, or maybe it doesn't happen. But there's these kids born that have memories of an entire life before them. What does that mean? You know, people will try to explain that by saying, you know, partial souls go in here and this, and there's residual energy. But all this is just speculation. it's all just repeated stuff that we've heard, read in books, and ideas that we've come up with on our own. So setting aside the things that we just can't understand, it's a lot easier to just kind of work on the things that we can. But I've had discussions with people who say that anything that we don't know, we will know eventually. I had somebody who even mentioned a while back that they believed that eventually we will understand how atoms work and, the deeper understandings. And saying quantum mechanics is BS and how, there's something else there and that we will understand it all. And I guess I might be belittling mankind to assume that we can't know everything, but I guess I don't think that we can know everything. It's just not within our means. And I'm just shocked that people really think that we can. It's really a desperate plea to understand everything. But the further you break something down into its parts, the fractal patterns of life and nature, to really understand the micro, do we just understand the macro? I don't know. It helps me though. Anyway, hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you soon.